and the new crowned champion in Coventry.
But they're both coming back. There's the handshake. Good luck to both these players. We'll
Let's
get our
get back
faces
to
off
it.
the screen.
Well done, one and all. Ian Hamilton on the left, Steve Jelinek on the right. Let's do it. Let us do it. Absolutely brilliant from these two guys. The chip council come under their names. Ants announcing who the players are. Well done to Ant, well done to Steve, well done to Ian. Ian, if you check his database, no records whatsoever apart from two little events where he's won about 220 quid. I reckon he can play cards because one of his best mates is Carl Shaw. Carl Shaw has a bracelet. So yeah, Jason, always a pleasure to see you, young man.
Yeah, cheers, Jason.
He's already said that he's in Blackpool for the entire week, and if we see you before that, it'll be a pleasure. Yeah, Salothy's a great golf course near Carlisle. Yeah, well, if you get one double up, they are straight back into it. 9.3 against 2.6. It sounds easy, but it definitely isn't, because it's hard to get over the line in any tournament, and you don't want to double your opponent up just by playing any two cards on a regular basis.
He's got like 3.5 to 1 chip lead here, but that can change in a second if we lose. We're only going to have a slight chip lead if we lose an all-in situation as Steve. And then it's pretty much going to be level pegging again. One double up for Ian, and that would be that. But
yeah, that was called on tour. Yeah, that was called a napper that we kept seeing on the screen. I didn't realise it was called. He was jumping up and down in front of the overview camera. But yeah, Carl has a bracelet, and so too does Steve Jelinek.
Yeah, and Steve going to take the first pot of heads up, which is Queen High. Was the best hand, unbeknown to him, but 120 bigs here. You see this many big blinds in play. If Ian gets a double, we could be here another 2-3 hours. Absolutely. Potentially.
Yeah. It's 20 past 11 in the evening. We are heads up.
But it's been a great tournament, and this is the final hurdle. 607 entries whittled down to Steve Jelinek and Ian Hamilton. Both been a fixture on our feature table today. We've seen a lot from both of them, both with fairly different styles, but both been played very well to get to this point.
But Jason's running Leeds. Jason Shellham will be in Leeds for the festival.
See you in Leeds then, Jason.
Going for the full festival. So if you're going to play the 30-30 in Leeds, or you're going to carry on playing the minis or whatever, you'll see Jason Shellham.
So heads up here now, guys. Those of you that are watching for the first time, not used to heads up poker, the button is the small blind, big blind is the player not on the button. You'll see most players play almost every hand. There's only going to be like the bottom 10-15% of our range that we're not going to be playing on the button. Want to be raising a lot of hands. You want to be playing more hands than usual. Just it's almost like a blind on blind situation, like you get in a full ring. Ranges are going to be very wide. You're going to need to cool down lighter. Hand values go up. One pair hands become a lot stronger holdings. And best form of poker, in my opinion, heads up poker. It's where the skill really comes in. As we see Steve make it 200 and Ian with the pocket nines here. Ian playing 30 bigs. Might just elect to go with this one. Massive hand, heads up pocket nines, and
raise to $1 million.
Just opts to 3-bet to $1 million, opting with the 5-bet out of 5x out of position, 3-bet into 1 million. And Steve can't do much here with the Queen 10 versus this particular sizing. Gonna have to get out of the way here on the button. Not sure how we're gonna see him continue. with the Queen 10 off here. Might see him continue against a smaller size, but 5x is just too expensive for us to continue with this particular holding in this spot. If we make the call here, there's what, 2 million in the middle, 0.75 SPR. It's just not going to be the best thing to do as Steve here. He's going to take his time, but eventually I think we're going to see him fold tower. Well, I said I think we're going to see him fold. He's counting out chips here. He's actually in a flip situation, but I'd be shocked if he actually managed to put a call in here, tower. There's so much play left. Wow, he is going to make the call. With the Queen 10, leaving 0.75 SPR behind. And that's just an easy shove now. This is a great flop for us as Ian, and he's going to move all in with the pocket nines, and Steve will just have to get out of the way. That's what I mean. I say it all the time, Gully. It should be a drinking game. Every time I say something and someone does the opposite, have a shot and see how you feel at the end of the night. But this time, he is folding. 100% on this one. If he's not, I'll get everyone watching a pint next time I see him. That's about 1,000 people. So could be out of pocket. That's how sure I am he's not going to be calling this one with the Queen 10.
He's asked for a count. He has asked for a count. I might be going to the bar in a minute.
Oh, don't. Please don't call.
I might be going to the bar.
That's all you got to do. If he calls it and you're watching this stream, so remember when you said that on stream, come up to me, I'll get you a pint, whoever you are, wherever you may be. But he just can't tower. He can't. It's too much. We've still got a foothold on this heads up. Ian's going to have 3.5. We've got 8.6. If we call this, we're calling to get lucky. We're having a bit of a punt. That's what we'll be doing if we're going to flick it in here as Steve. Queen high never going to be the best hand, so we're basically calling to try and even make a straight backdoor clubs. It just becomes a bit punty from our perspective. No, he's not going to call. It's going to cost me lots of money. Oh, there's the fold. There's the fold.
Well, that gets closer. 8.6 to 3.5. Woo!
Big deep breath.
Could have been a lot of straws in that one pint.
Yeah, that would have.
This could be an epic battle. It's been a great day. 607, down to 186, down to 23, and we're now down to 2.
So Ian, 10-8 suited, lovely hand to open here, heads up. But opting for a limp on the button, and I'm guessing if we're limping this hand, we're limping to call, and Steve comes in for a raise to 380k here. So Steve opting for just under 5x, and Ian not going to be going anywhere with the suited gapper and position. And he's quarter piece as well on 985 2 clubs, and Steve coming in for a 400k C bet. Ian not going to be going anywhere. Gonna have to call once here, or should. That's what I'm going to start saying. He should be calling once here with the middle pet, but no, he's just going to let it go. And it's a really good read from Ian there, making a pair heads up and folding it on the flop. Second pair as well. It's a bit of a tight laydown, but the correct laydown in that specific situation. Do you know what? If I'm Steve and I know that my opponent's going to be folding one pair hands against that size, we can just exploit. C-bet every pot around that size, and if Ian's not got top pair or better, he's probably just going to fold. Heads up there, folding middle pair to one bet. definitely a tight laydown, the correct laydown I may add as well.
Actually, yeah, this should 100,000.
And that's what the players are playing for. 6 figures up top, 105k, second 70k. And it looks like Ian's opting for a limp button strat. Opting not to open the ace-10, just comes in with a limp on the button. Jack 9-4, 2 diamonds to flop. Steve hops out into the lead with bottom pair. 5 diamonds on the turn. Brings in more outs for Ian. Picked up a flush draw. And if I'm Ian here, I'm probably going to fire this one after this particular turn card. Picking up diamond draw. Ace high can be the best hand as well here. We are heads up. A lot of hands that Steve can have in this spot after checking his option in the big blind, the whole host. But Steve, who does have a pair, is going to call once. And the jack of hearts on the river, and if we're in here, probably want to be checking this one back. We'll have the best hand some of the time with ace high, and unfortunately for us, Steve with the bottom pair, and he's going to take that one down. So back to a 3-1 chip lead for Steve Jelinek, bracelet winner back in 2009. Took down the PLO event in the WSOP. And don't forget, guys, if you have missed any of the stream, you can find all our coverage on our socials: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and Twitch. Facebook and Twitter, Grosvenor Poker /GUKPT on YouTube, and twitch.tv /GUKPT for Twitch. If you do miss any of the action, or you'd like to go and watch some back, all our days are uploaded to YouTube.
Oh! What are your handicaps? Well, mine's just sat outside of me.
Mine's I can't hit it straight.
15.6.
Yeah, mine's 2.8. Without the
15.6 my handicap. And Jay's at 28. He'll get there. Absolutely, definitely get there. So Steve's going to get a few chips back with the 2 on the turn. Gives him the tick mark.
So it's late here on Sunday evening, 11:30. It's been a great tournament, whittled down to these 2 players playing for that trophy there in the middle. So ace queen suited for Ian, and it looks like this is the strat that he's opting for. He's come in with a strategy that he wants to limp his button. But it's good that I see that he's limping his strong hands as well as his weak hands. So a lot of balance in there, which is good. Makes it harder for Steve to raise over his limps, knowing that he does have the strong holdings in his range on his button limps. And going to come in for a bet here, Ian, but Steve's flopped the absolute weld. So just going to flat with the nuts here. Ian drawing dead to backdoor hearts. 6 of diamonds on the turn.
Well, the ace or the queen on the river. Well, no, it just gets worse for Steve. Completely the worst run out for Steve Jelinek you could think of.
goes check, check, and Ian shows the ace queen, and Steve shakes his head like, how's this happened?
Straight.
Flop the nuts, and it comes double paired.
Unbelievable. Chiesa's played a home game tonight. He's cashed for €5,000 in second.
That's all right.
What kind of home game's that?
Yeah, that's a...
What kind of second place is that? 5k. I'll tell you what. When I come to Florence, you can put me up. I'm coming for a pizza.
Yeah, I'm coming as well, Chiesa.
Yeah.
We come as a pair. You can't book us. You can't book us as one.
I'm coming for homemade pizza. 16 players, 1k entry. That's awesome.
What was that? Top two paid, Chiesa, I'm guessing. 9, 11 and 5.
No, it'll be 952. That's what I reckon. 952, homemade pizza on the menu.
Oh, 853. That's very flat, but fair enough. It is a home game. Set your own payout structure.
Like it.
Well done to you.
So the battle will go on and on and on
And on. Yeah, like if Ian doubles because of what's in play, Tower, like there's just so much in play. It could be a 2-3 hour battle. It could be a really good heads up match. But Steve, obviously, with the initiative at the moment, in pole position to take this one down. Just depends how he elects to play this heads up. Ian probably going to come in for a bet here after limping button. Steve aware that Ian does have plenty of ace-x in these spots. He's already limped a couple of buttons with pretty much all his ace-x hands. So we got the stone cold bottom of our range in 4 high. Never a bad thing to come in for one bet. See if we can potentially take it down.
So heads up for the title. Steve Jelinek on the right, Ian Hamilton on the left. Ian's got friends on the rail, and the rest are playing a bit of cash. Final table of the seniors, and getting close to the final table in the 200-pounder.
So Steve makes it 200k to go, and Ian definitely wants to be continuing this one with the King 10. Looks like in the form of a call, not opting to 3-bet this one. Definitely can incorporate this into our 3-betting range, but opts for the flat, taking a flop out of position. Queen 3-5 rainbow, and expects Steve to continue fair frequency here, but opts for the check behind, and the 10 rolling off on the river, giving Ian the best hand on the turn. And looks like Steve's going to check this one once more, trying to get to showdown here with ace high. Ace high going to be good a lot of the time, but I'd like to see Ian come in for a value bet now. It's been checked twice by Steve, pretty clear he's not going to have a queen, so we can feel fairly confident that our 10x is the best hand. Maybe try and eke out a hero from some ace highs, maybe some 5x or 3x that just want to get to showdown that didn't elect to bet. And in heads up, you will see a lot more ace high calls, king high calls than you will in a full ring game, as mentioned, because of how wide ranges should be. There's so many hands in your opponent's range, they should be playing a lot of hands, and it looks like he is going to make the call, and nice value bet on the end. Good choice of size there as well from Ian, giving his opponent 3-1 on the call, and nice play from him. And up to 3 million, back to 3-1 chip lead for Steve.
5 players left in the seniors, 15 players left in the 200. Hi guys, why has Ian got that blue tick? No, I'm guessing he's listening to a bit of music. He certainly won't be. He certainly won't be doing anything else apart from a little bit of music. Thanks,
Natalia.
Thank you very much. Great commentators, enjoying the game. Thanks, Natalia. Hope you're enjoying the live stream. We're down to the final two here in Coventry. £9 to £3. The final two players, 105,000 and 71,000. They're playing for.
Pavel, the dealer has the headset on because what happens is he says the action into the headset, and there's someone hiding behind there inputting the action.
Yeah, Dave's behind the scenes inputting the thing, but I think he was on about Ian with listening to a bit of music.
So Steve, 6-do suited, going to come in for a limp here on the button, and
Sheffield nuts.
Ian checking his option with the King 5 suited. Heads up.
5, Jack, 4, 2 diamonds.
So Ian hops out into the lead with middle pair. Steve with a gut shot. 9 of spades on the turn. So Ian going to fire here. I feel fairly confident that our 5's the best hand. After flop goes check, check. We've also picked up equity in terms of our flush draw.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to fold there with his 6 high. Steve, no need to continue.
Next leg for us, 2 weeks on Wednesday, we'll be in Leeds for the festival of the GUKPT. 2 weeks on Thursday, the main event starts, and 3 weeks today will be the final of Leeds. Will we see Mad Madge there in Leeds? How old do you have to be to play the seniors at Goliath? Over 50. 50s and over. They do a seniors event at every GUKPT festival as well. So there'll be one in Leeds. There isn't one in Edinburgh because Edinburgh is just a main event. So, because of the restrictions with COVID and the laws in Scotland, just a main event in Edinburgh. But the rest of the festivals, Leeds, Luton, Blackpool, London, will have a full festival and a seniors event at each one of those. The delay on the stream is 30 minutes. So we're watching the action with you on the 30-minute delay so we can chat to everybody in every single chat box that's open. There's 5 chat boxes open, to be fair. So we just chat with you guys and we watch the stream on a 30-minute delay.
That's it. 9-6-4. 2 diamonds is the flop. So Steve flopping a middle pair here. Going to come in for a bet. After it's checked to us from Ian, and Ian with Queen 5 off just can't continue in this spot. Lets it go.
No, make the mod. It's 25,000 starting stake, 25,000 guarantee. Nothing to do with the clock. 25-25.
And we've also got our 30-30s as well.
And that's what the 30-30s was as well. It used to be 30,000 guarantee, but they upped it to 50. So the 25-25 is a 25,000 starting stack with a £25,000 guarantee. The 30-30 was named initially because it was a 30,000 starting stack with a 30,000 guarantee, but they've now upped it to 50. So it'll probably get rebranded next year because there's only 4 more weekends of 30-30s. Yeah, the 25-25s will be returning live, and there is talks that there might even be a 25-25 in Liverpool before Christmas. So yeah. So there should be a 50-50. Well, yeah, they're just going to rebrand it eventually. They will rebrand it eventually. It could be a. We said the G 4.0 because it's a 400 byte. So there's all sorts going on. But yeah, that's what the 25-25s and the 30-30s are. It's not the clock. It's all about the starting stack and the guarantee is how it came about. And there is talk that 25-25s will start up again before Christmas.
Yeah, great comps they are, the 25-25s. Great value for money, really good structure. Couldn't recommend playing them enough.
Di Warner says, why ain't there no events in Wales? It's just a place that's never really taken off regarding GUKPTs and the likes of. We don't know why. It's just one of those things that the numbers always struggled. Will there be a stream for the 25-25 in Liverpool? We'll talk to Jim about maybe doing the day 2 and the final day, maybe with it being the first 25-25 coming back. I'm sure Andy will have a quick chat with Jim. You never know. The first 25-25 after a hiatus, then you never know. Eddie Johnson on Facebook. Everybody's playing for second in the next 30-30. Jay is going to be playing the 30-30
Cheers,
in
Ed.
Birmingham next week.
You think too much of me, Eddie. You think too much of me, mate.
There's no 25-25s live anywhere. So the 25-25s used to be, they were massive before lockdown, before all the restrictions came about. And now they're just about to come back. The 30-30s were the ones that started it.
So back to the action. We got a 10 free queen 3 club board here. Flop went check, bet, call. Ian betting 180, Steve making the call, and Ian coming in for double barrelage on the turn, 300k into 800, and Steve has picked up a smidge more equity here with a 9 of clubs in his hand, has a flush draw to go with his gut shot now, as well as an overcard to the board. However, we are out of position, won't get to dictate the action on the river, assuming that we're going to play and flow. So, interesting spot this for Steve, pretty close one, but eventually after some delivery, let that one go.
Well played, gents. Thanks very much.
Chris Organ says, Jay, what day are you playing at Birmingham? I'm not sure. I'm going to be down there from the Wednesday. I'm not sure whether I'll play the satellite or not. I'll probably just flick in on the Thursday. If I don't make it through on the Thursday, I'll probably play the Friday. If I don't make it through on the Friday, I'll play the Saturday. Yeah, Natalia's right. Hopefully every day. Yeah, that's correct. I probably will be playing every day. I'll need that many bullets to make day 2. But I'll be there every day, Chris. So just come and say hello. Even if I make it through on the Thursday, I'll probably be in the casino Friday, Saturday. I might play a bit of cash, see what's going on. And I'll definitely be in and around the casino throughout Wednesday to Sunday of next week. So just come and say hello. I'll get you a beer. We'll have a chat. Ace, 5, 7, 2 hearts aboard, queen on the turn. So after it goes check, check on flop, Steve now going to try and get some value from his 2-pair holding, but not much we can do. Just going to have to let this one go as Ian. We've got 10-8 here on an ace, queen, 7-5 board. If we do want to bluff some hands here on the turn, we want to be incorporating in some like flush draws, maybe some up and downs, 6-4, 8-6 as our bluff hands. But in this scenario, just 10-8, complete trash, no equity. Just going to have to get it out of the way. Stephen Moss says, when you're playing live, do you commentate yourself, Jay? I don't know. I don't speak out loud. I'm probably commentating to myself in my head. The old matrix is going on usually when I'm in a hand. A lot of stuff going through my head in every spot. And Vator says, was your mate Patrick about this weekend? I know he likes Coventry. I don't know. I haven't spoke to Mr. Antonius since the pandemic, so I'm not sure if he'll remember me. It's been that long, but it'd be nice to see him at the 2022 Goliath as we see a board of ace 10-6 rainbow check over from Ian, and Steve's going to fire with Jack high, and that's the first time. I like this. I want to see more aggression in this heads up. I want to see either player trying to take initiative, but more likely than not Steve, because he's the one with the chip lead here. It's hard to make a hand. People don't realise how hard it is to even make a pair in this game. Start running some barrels and putting some pressure on your opponent. I remember watching the heads up in Manchester a couple of weeks ago, and what Trig was like. He was just playing some very good poker, just barreling, just understands how hard it is to actually make a hand in this game. And when you're heads up, you're basically going to every flop. Just apply some pressure. It doesn't need to even be a hand with equity. You can just sometimes put your foot down and get your opponent to overfold in certain spots. As it's a raise from Ian now, opt-in. To raise now. The limp strategy has gone out the window. He's now made it 200k. But Steve has smashed this flop, flopping top pair and flush draw. There's loads coming up in the chat at the moment, guys. I'm just going to catch up with it when I can. It's going mad at the moment. Trying to concentrate on the action as well. Towers on the tee run, so it's just me here, and I will try and get to everything everyone's saying in all different chat boxes. We've got 4 going on at once, so it is quite difficult at this stage to try and keep hold of everything. If I do miss anything, just type it out again. I will answer the question. And yeah, Gully, yeah, it would be too hard, like, streaming every day for a week. We do it once a year at the Goliath. That's a proper slog for us, and doing that every week, every day, it would just be too much, too hard to do. I'd love to do it, to be honest with you. Just it can be very tiring, day after day, long days. Just having an event every week, 7 days a week, it just wouldn't be viable, unfortunately. I'd love to do it, but it's just not possible. As Steve opening the button with the Queen 3 suited, and Ian got a lovely hand to potentially defend with. But first time we've seen this, a 3-bet bluff in heads up. And that's something I'd like to see more of as well, 3-betting from either opponent. We've not seen too much of it so far, and it's the same as before. If people are opening wide, 3-bet wide as well. Counteract that, take some pots down uncontested.
Ricky Guinness says, have we got a winner in the old Codgers comp at this moment in time? No, but we are down to 4. Just been out to check. We are down to 4 from 131 runners. They've all obviously gone home to bed, so now there's only 4 left. Well done, one and all. And in the 200-pounder that finished the event off, there's 13 left out of 104 that played the 200-pounder. So well done. Well done, one and all. Yes, it does. It gives you and the tower a chance to meet up with your face and play a few events yourself, having a laugh before the work begins. Indeedy.
So 9-7-4, 2-spade flop, top pair for Ian, and Steve with a flush draw tower. This could be fireworks potentially, but Steve opting to take the passive approach with his 10 high and flush draw. Wow, what a turn card for us as Steve turning up and down to go with our flush draw here. And Ian wants to be coming in for another bet. As I say, full ring maybe. You incorporate some checks in with this particular hand, but heads up, range is a lot wider. Wow, what a move from Steve. Love it. Absolutely love it. He's got 10 high and he's just put the absolute pressure on Ian here. with a flush draw and an up and down, and he gets it through. Ian not calling it off with top pair. That's what I want to see. A bit of aggression, rammed it up, and Ian just snap folds the top pair.
You gotta pump it up, I gotta pump it up.
I think Ian's got this perception, Tower, that Steve's like an older guy. He's just a guy that's not going to bluff, not going to check raise turns, and if he check raises turns, he's always got it. And I think what we saw earlier when he c-bet for 400k and we saw Ian fold second pair to one bet, yes, I know he was correct at the time, but I think Ian may have this perception of Steve that he's not going to be bluffing enough, so he's just going to overfold spots because he just thinks he's always going to be behind when he gets raised. But we can actually see that Steve has been making moves. He hasn't always had it.
Yeah.
And Ian here, ace-8 suited. 22 big blinds, going to come in for a raise.
Absolutely outstanding. I've got a bit of an exclusive.
Go on.
I've just had a message from Mr. Jim, Mr. Exclusive himself, who says they are looking to put the 25-25 weekend together on the second weekend of December. And hopefully they could be in Liverpool, in Walsall and in Luton. It's not set yet, but it is a bit of an exclusive. The 25-25s might be coming back the second weekend of December.
Thanks a lot. I'll give you a case. I'll get you the box for the... Thank you. Is it possible to get... Do you know if it's possible to get bank transfer from you? You need to ask the cash desk, I'm not too sure. They're not, I mean, they're not giving you cash. Well, in Walsall, it's a lot less, but they only have cash, but obviously in the big, they let you...
You'll be able to source some partial. Sweet. See you in Leeds.
Yes, we will.
What price were these two to win at the start of the day? Steve was 25-1 and Ian was 12s. So big up to these two. 25 for Steve and 12s to Ian. Whoever had bets on, we'll find out next week on the from the sportsbook guys on who has had.
I'll go and take these chips away from you now.
So 9.5 against 2.6, Steve and Ian. Steve Jelinek. And Ian Hamilton giving us a heads-up battle. In 9th was Matt Bushell. In 8th was Adam Wilkinson. In 7th was Chris Johnson. In 6th was John Barsfield. 5th was Ming Ju. In 4th was Maz Bako. And Dan Hopkins was 3rd. And that leaves us with 2.
The King 7, 6, 2 diamond flop. Gut shot for Ian. Steve with just jack high. Like these spots here, heads up, like the 10-8 gut shot. Probably just want to be betting these as Ian, but opted to just check it over on this turn. Now we do want to be coming in for a bet. We've now picked up an up and down and a flush draw. But Steve with the same up and down is going to make the call.
9 of clubs on the river.
Oh, that is brutal, Tower.
That's
Ouch. Steve's going to do some chips here. Steve River in a straight, Ian River in a bigger straight. And comes in for a 200 bet here. And this great call.
Just a call from
It has to call.
Just a
because
call from Steve.
The thing is, Tower, if we raise in this spot, what are we getting called by other than 8x, 10-8 or flushes? Are we ever going to get called by 2 pair in this spot? Probably not, unless we opt for a really small size. But then if we get free bet back in our face, what's the plan? So always important when you are raising to think about the hands that you want to get called by. And in that situation, there's 2 pairs not calling. It's a 4-liner to a straight. If you raise there, 2 pairs just got an easy fold. So that's why we just want to call in that particular spot. And it's a good call from Steve. It can be a good call even though you are behind.
$9 mil against 3.1. Blinds are 150, 100,000. No running ante when we get to heads up because every single chip's in play. And a change of dealer incoming. I think this is his first final table, isn't it? Been on the tour for a couple of months, so I'm guessing this could be his first final table.
Is that Chris? Chris dealing.
Chris is dealing.
One of the best on tour. Very nice chap as well, I must add. Very friendly guy.
Is there a Max in Birmingham? I don't actually know. I've not been to Hill Street for quite a while. I'm not sure how many tables they will have set around the card room. Probably 15-ish, I reckon. So maybe there will be, but I'm actually not too sure. If anybody's watching. It's on 2 floors as well, isn't it, Hill Street? I'm pretty sure there's a downstairs and an upstairs. To the times I have been there. I know I did go when John Baker used to run the card room. John's left the company now, but I was there when John Baker. I'm sure I was there when John Baker was there, and I'm sure there's an upstairs as well. So it's all on 1 floor, says Sam Simkis. Poker on 1 floor. Yeah, but the Hill Street's on 2 floors, isn't it? That's right. That's what I meant.
So raise from Ian makes it 250, and Steve with 8-7 of clubs in the big blind here, not going to be going anywhere with this holding. Going to make the call out of position to the flop.
5, 6, 9, 2 spades.
It's Steve's tournament. That's the second time he's flopped the straight. Heads up, just smashes the board completely. And
check, check. Spade on the turn would be interesting.
Oh, that's interesting, Tower, because we've got top pair here now versus a straight. And Steve checks again. I like it a lot from this man. And Ian is going to take the bait. He's going to take the bait. 250 is the bet, and looks like Steve just counts out loads of chips and raises.
Yeah, it makes it 800.
Now Ian's had this spot a couple of times against Steve where he's bet top pair and he's folded to the raise. He's got to be getting sick of it now. Once he was correct, the second time he was incorrect. Let's see if he can make the correct decision this time with the Queen Jack. Got to be thinking of value hands. And the thing is, Steve checked turn. He's checked twice here, so what hands is he risking checking over twice of us potentially checking back? It's got to be a pretty nutted hand. 7-8 sets as well. Pocket 5s and pocket 6s is definitely in there. But the problem we've got is Ian here. There's a whole host of bluffs on this board tower. There's backdoor diamonds. There's front door spades. There's Jack 10 that's just picked up and down. Obviously a hand like 5-7 or 5-8 might be in there as well. A pair and a gut shot. So if we're Ian here, from that perspective, it's going to be very difficult for us to lay this top pair down because of how many bluffs are in there. But what we've seen from him so far, he's given Steve respect in every single spot. Every single time Steve's raised and Ian's had one pair, he's let it go. He's just giving him respect all the time, and now it looks like he might be doing the same. The way he's posturing here, it looks like he's leaning more towards fold, but we can see that he has been making some moves, Steve. But in this case, he's got the absolute stone cold nuts with the 7-8 on Queen 9-5-6. It's a difficult spot here for Ian. And he may call once with position and decide on river. Yeah, it's a really good fold from him. And the thing is, though, Tower, it's happened again. It's and if I'm Steve, I'm going to just start check raising all the time. That's all I'm going to do. If he's going to keep folding to our check raises, that's 100% folds to our check raises now from Ian. Every time we've check raised as Steve, Ian's folded. Whether it be a one pair hand, a middle pair hand, top pair. And if Steve's aware of that, like I said earlier on about an hour ago, we could just start check raising the hell out of him if he's folding too many hands. But in that particular spot is a really, really good fold. But Steve could have had a lot of bluffs as well. But dicey spot for him and made the correct decision.
So 9.5 million out of the 12.1 million chips in play in front of Steve Jelinek. Making another good laydown.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like someone says, yeah, I know he's right, but this, I know this situation for these players probably won't happen again. Heads up in a tournament like this. Well, it might do for Ian. Obviously, he's very young. Seems like a competent player and can play. But these sort of situations don't arise very often as a poker player. Heads up for this sort of money. So maybe just overfolding because of that. I know it's the correct decision, but like in a normal scenario, that spot there, you probably want to be calling with top pair, but this isn't a normal scenario. This is heads up for a 6-figure score. And Ian, with the pocket 7s, going to raise this one up. Makes it 250k. And Steve in the big blind here with the king 4, not opting to defend.
Coventry is heads up out of 607 runners. Amazing numbers. The GUKPT has come back with full force and all guns blazing. And we've even had the exclusive of the Goliath dates. And now potentially 25-25 starting live before Christmas. Liverpool, Luton and Walsall potentially.
So Steve raising to 200k and Ian has an ace, so he's going to make the call in the big blind.
Flop time. Deuce 9-3.
So both players catch a piece here. Ian with the best of it, middle pair, top kicker. Steve with a bottom pair. This one goes check, and it's a 4 on the turn.
Steve's got the Up and down. The river is the
an
ace.
Wow.
The old 5 of spades. The old 5 of clubs for Steve Jelinek. 2 pair for Ian.
So about 200k from Steve, and Ian just snaps it off with the 2 pair. Can't moan at that. Have to call in that spot as Ian. I know we're up against a straight, but it's the same scenario as before. We just have to call there with 2 pair. Heads up, can't be folding. Aces up, and Steve definitely has been the player that has run better in this heads up. To be fair to Ian, he's been the player that's made more hands, which obviously helps.
Voto, been a great stream all weekend. Cheers, fellas. Looking forward to the next one. As close to live poker as we'll get in Ireland for a while yet. Well, fingers crossed all the restrictions change and we get back to near normality as soon as possible. I'm glad you're enjoying the live stream. The next one is in 2.5 weeks' time. We'll be there 2 weeks on Wednesday setting up, 2 weeks on Thursday for the main event in Leeds, and 3 weeks today will be the final.
So Ian limping the 8-3 off on the button, not opting to fold it. We'll have position post flop, so happy to limp any 2. Jack 5, deuce 2 clubs.
Cheers, Slinks.
So Ian going to fire once here, and just a quick fold from Steve with 10 height. Yeah, thanks Sylvia, always appreciated.
Well, you're grinding away nicely on the online malarkey while you're watching the live stream, and plenty of you do that.
Yeah, the stacks that come into heads up, I think it was 9.4 to 2.6, somewhere around there. I think that was actually the exact figure, 9.4 to 2.6, Sam. They were the stacks when we did come into this heads up battle.
Ian with the 9-5 off on the big. Steve's got the ace jack. Nice hand, heads up. Flop time. 3, 4, 6. Nice flop for Ian. Up and down straight draw. Ace jack for Steve. Better 200,000.
Yeah, and Ian with the 9-5 here on this board. He is up and down. Definitely will be continuing. Could potentially raise this as well as the caller, not the raise up. Obviously got a lot of hands here. We have been defending very wide. We will have all the 2 pairs, the nutted straights as well.
Turn card. If it's an ace or a jack, well, it's not, it's a 5 of diamonds, so it brings a pair for Ian.
Yeah, Ian now makes the best hand here, but action on Steve. And he's going to fire again here, Tower. And from what I've seen from Ian, he's been giving Steve too much respect, so I think he's just going to fold this one again. I think Ian's got this assumption that Steve's just not a player that's ever going to bluff, but we can see that he is. And he's made a few moves heads up here, Steve, that have worked. There's another one in the bank.
Jeff Talbot watching on YouTube, he says he must agree, really enjoyed the live stream, well done. Might see you in Leeds, love Jeff the chef. The one thing you have to prove now, Jeff, is if you are actually a chef.
Yeah.
We don't mind random gifts of kindness, do we, Andrew?
No. Especially if it's food, Tower.
Absolutely. We love random gifts of cakes and things like that. Well, Steve Jelinek just jams. Oh, the King Jack. And the ace folds. Heads up. Ian folds an ace with 1.6 million chips. Didn't like his kicker. Great question from Thomas. Jay, have you ever thought about poker coaching? Your analysis is awesome.
I get a question a lot, Thomas. I have a few people that have asked me about it, but I just haven't really got the time of day to. I'm happy doing what I'm doing at the moment. Maybe in a few years, I'll look into coaching. Perhaps I've got a couple of friends that play poker as well. Want to get better, but at the moment, probably not. I'd like to maybe do it one day, 2-3 years time, but right now it's just hard for me. I play a lot of live, so it's difficult. Oh, hold on, hold on. That's going to be all in a call. So Ian is all in with the ace-3. Steve's got him crushed with the pocket nines.
Holding the front doors, ladies and gentlemen.
Ian looking for a free outer here. Gonna need to find an ace.
He moved all in this time with the ace-3. He's running to nines. He followed the ace-4 to the all-in bet last hand, which was pretty standard. We have a flop. We could have a champion.
Flop time.
Deuce.
Well, we've picked up an extra few outs here. We've doubled our outs. Will draw now a possibility as well as backdoor clubs. Well, that doesn't change a thing. Needs to fade an ace or a 5, Steve, and we will have our champion.
Ace on a 5, we've got a champion. Ace on a 5, he's in an ace on a 5. No,
it's the
not.
Queen of
It's
Clubs.
The Queen of Clubs, ladies and gentlemen.
We have a winner. Steve Jelinek taking home £105,050. Great effort from Ian Hamilton there, though. £71,000 for his trouble. And what an event it was been. Exceeded all expectations. 607 entries, Tower.
Guess what I've got to do?
You got to go talk to him. Go on. I'll talk for a little bit. I'll have a little talk. It's been great, guys. Thank you all for tuning in the last few days. It's really been a great event. I've enjoyed it so much. Tower's enjoyed it. The turnout has been great, and obviously support from all you guys in the chat box, always making our job a lot easier here. But we're just going to wait for Tower to head out and get ready for the interviews. Don't forget as well, next leg we are off to Leeds in a couple of weeks time, so all of you that have tuned in over the last few days, make sure you hit that follow button on YouTube and Twitch, and you will get notified when we are live streaming. But we're going to head over to the Tower now, see him speaking to the players.
Well, runner up, and nobody, and I'm not being funny, but nobody knows, has ever heard the name Ian Hamilton, and you've just come second in the biggest GUKPT outside London, the biggest number of runners, the first time we've been in Coventry in 9 years. Just give us a little 30 seconds about yourself.
I've been playing online ever since lockdown, really, and I've done well on there. So as soon as live come back about, I was ready.
You got some good mates behind you.
Yeah.
And obviously we know a few other guys there. You had a lot of chips yesterday. You dropped down a little bit, then you built back up again.
Coaster yesterday.
Yeah, and you just sat there, nice and quiet. You kept plugging away, getting the chips. Like you said, there's not many people knowing who you are, but you've just come second in the biggest, absolutely. And fingers crossed, we're going to see a lot more of you, because
definitely will.
You can play live poker. You've probably enjoyed yourself online, but coming back out live and getting back in the swing, I'm guessing you might feel a little bit disappointed now, but £71,000 and second place in an event like that.
It's definitely nice, yeah. I wanted that trophy, but
I think there's going to be a trophy in that cabinet very soon, because you've entertained us and you've played some good stuff.
Thanks, mate.
You really have. Second place, Ian, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Absolutely brilliant. Ian Hamilton, second in Coventry.
Nice to see you, sir. How are you?
We've just said to Ian, nobody knows who he is because he's a new statesman playing live poker. The younger generation probably don't know that Steve Jelinek's got a World Series of Poker bracelet, and you've come second in a GUKPT, and you've done it, and you've been there, and you play some good stuff. How does it feel being champion?
Feels great, really great. The kids show me how it's done, so I've started to surprise a few people by pushing a few hands in there, and you never know where it gets you.
You've done it before. Newcastle. Can you remember Newcastle?
I do remember. Yeah.
Tony Phillips heads up.
Yeah.
It was one of the quickest finals we've ever had.
Oh.
This was a bit of a slog for the day, but just quickly run through how it went.
Yeah. Well, we were all very deep. It's a really good structure, and we're all very deep. So people didn't have to push. And then when you got some chips, I was just determined to wait for big hands, so I didn't really make too many funky moves until towards the end when you have to. So it played very nicely all the way through. We're quite a good deep structure.
Yeah, and the hand with Dan, where we couldn't get and he didn't get a chance to even think about it before the chips went in 3-handed.
Yeah, it was amazing. But to be honest, he didn't. He's a bit unlucky, I suppose, but he's not given me a chance to fold my hand, so it just happens.
We've interviewed you a few times over the years, but this is the first time we can say, as the trophy comes across, Steve Jelinek, champion in Coventry. We're going to get Ant over here to hand over to you. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a big round of applause, please, for Steve Jelinek as champion in Coventry. Absolutely amazing. We've known each other for years, and this is one going back years and years.
How old do you think I am?
Well, nearly as old as me. Nearly as old as me. Steve, it's been an absolute pleasure. We're going to hand straight back over to Jay. Jay finishes off.
And that's it, guys. We are back and ready. I just saw Mr. Dave Blacklaw, our action tracker, unsung hero, the man that puts in all the action, stood behind me. He made me jump. I didn't even realise he was there. Oh, what an event, Tower. What a great event it's been. And I've enjoyed it so much. Everything. The day ones were a bit slow, but it picked up on day two. We had a fantastic couple of last sessions yesterday, and then today's been great. The final's been really enjoyable, and I'm looking forward to Leeds already.
That was outstanding, and Coventry, who only stood in at 3 weeks' notice, because Edinburgh couldn't do it because of the restrictions of turned it on. The players have loved it. For all the staff, the floor staff, the valleys, everybody from top to bottom have been amazing. Cardroom Direct bringing the best pictures possible of a GUKPT. You guys in the chat boxes having a good laugh with us. We know when it gets serious, and we know when the poker gets on, this guy turns it on as well, because he talks a lot of sense. But we have just concluded one of the biggest GUKPTs ever. 607 runners, and we're going to be doing it again in 2.5 weeks' time in Leeds. And then, because we came here for Edinburgh, Edinburgh's back on the clock, so in 4 weeks' time we'll be doing Edinburgh Grand Final. So stay tuned. And as it says right underneath there, thanks for watching the GUKPT live stream. You're able to watch it back at your own leisure whenever you want to. Steve Jelinek is champion, a worthy champion.
Deserved as well. He played the FT very well, played heads up nicely, and a 6-figure payday from him. He'll be chuffed with that, Tower. But got to give a big shout out as well behind the scenes.
Well, Dave got on the telly. He needed to get on telly.
Dave. Come here, Dave. Like I've already done it. But PK and Andy, I need to give a big shout out to all this stuff that we've got going on, making us look good now. They put in a lot of work behind the scenes.
Hey, I've been looking good for years.
The floor staff, the dealers, all the staff here at Coventry, the valets, everyone's been great. It's been a great event, and I'm really looking forward to the next one. So we will see everyone in Leeds in 2 weeks' time.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a great audience and getting interaction with all that. Jay, do you fancy a pint?
Yeah, I need one, Tower. I think I need one.
Let's go. From the Tower and the team, and a massive congratulations to Steve Jelinek and the champion trophy. Well done, one and all. We'll see you in Leeds in 2.5 weeks' time. Ta-ta!
Cool.
Yes.